Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be going over all of the Funko news for January 4th of 2021. It is our first Funko news video for this year, and it's going to be really exciting when we got a bunch of reveals, and I know I haven't done a video since I believe December 16th, but it's just because there hasn't been too much news that's been revealed that I've really wanted to talk about, so I thought now I would kind of compile all the news that I've missed, and there's some really exciting stuff to go over, so without further ado, let's get straight into it here with the first piece of news. Alright, so the first piece of news that we have here is for the Spider-Man Miles Morales PlayStation Pops, and there are a ton of them that were revealed here. We already saw two of them previously, one that had a chase version as well, but now we have the full wave revealed here, and there are just a ton of alternate suits here for Miles, so I wanted to cover them all in this video, so let's get into it with the first suit. And these suits will be releasing in March of 2021, apparently. That's the set release date, so I'm really excited for these. And the first one that we've got is Miles in his 2020 suit right here. So definitely a really interesting design here. It almost looks a bit more futuristic, I would say, especially with the wire just kind of hooked into the back of his mask there. Definitely a very interesting design. I like the posing as well. That's one thing I can say for all of these, is that they have very unique poses for each of the suits. So I do like seeing that as well, not just reusing the same sculpt and then changing up the paint job, so I can definitely appreciate that, and this one definitely has a really unique design. Then the next one that we've got right here is Miles in his advanced tech suit, and I really like the look of this one. I think it just has such a sleek looking design to it, and I really love the posing as well. They've just gotten so good at making really dynamic looking poses for Funko Pops, and this one is no exception here. I really do love seeing Miles swinging there, and then also just the outfit looks fantastic. I really love the color scheme, and overall it's really great. Now the next one that we've got right here is Miles in his Bodega cat suit, so I'm going to assume, even though we can't see the back of the suit here, that he's probably going to have the little cat with the Spider-Man mask in his backpack, so I think that's going to definitely be the highlight of this figure, and I wish we could see it now, but of course we only have the glam shot here, but it's still a fantastic pop. Now we've got what is probably my favorite of the Miles Morales pops, and this one is the Crimson Cowl suit. I just really love the design of this one. It looks really amazing. I love the head sculpt there. The eyes look perfect. That's something you can kind of notice between each of the suits, is that the eyes are kind of different sizes and different sorts of shapes sometimes as well, just slightly changing them up, and I really love the look of them on this one, and it's just overall a really great looking pose. Next up here, we've got the Miles Programmable Matter suit, and this one is definitely an interesting one, kind of reminding me of the Iron Spider suit, but with a twist in the color scheme, with a really sleek sort of matter looking suit. I don't know, it almost looks obsidian, I suppose, with just the highlights of the red, and I really do like that, and even on the ends of his feet and his hands, kind of almost looking like it's turning translucent possibly, or just turning some sort of other colors, so definitely a really interesting one and a really unique suit. Now this one is definitely one that really stands out amongst all of these pops just based on the color scheme here. This is Miles in his purple rain suit. Kind of looks like a Prowler suit, but just for Miles's costume design, and I do like this one a lot. I think it looks awesome, and I love the eyes. I really like the thick outline on them. I think that looks really fantastic, and the pose as well, the green. It would be really cool to get a glow-in-the-dark version of this, because I feel like it would just fit really well with the sort of colors going on here, but yeah, it's overall really amazing. Now the next one that we have here is Miles in his strike suit, and this one's a really cool one, kind of looking like almost an armor more so than an actual fabric suit, and I really do like the design of that. Even the webbing lines look kind of different as well. They just kind of almost look like, even though I know they don't, they almost look like a different sort of texture. It's kind of hard to describe, but I love the amount of detail on the torso and the arms as well. I think that looks really fantastic, and those bright yellow eyes definitely tie it all together. Now the final Miles pop that we have here is also one of my favorite ones, probably tying with the one that I said previously that was my favorite, and this one is Miles in his winter suit. I just love this one. It does a really good job of just capturing the atmosphere of the city when you're in the game, because of course it's winter time during the game, and I think that this one just captures that really well. I love him with the little beanie on. He's got the earmuffs as well that almost look like they could be made out of webbing, but I think they're probably just normal earmuffs, and I love the scarf as well. It just looks really great. They integrated all of that winter-like sort of costume wear into the suit very well, and I do love that quite a bit. So overall, it's a fantastic looking pop. Alright, so now we're going to go on to the Raya and the Last Dragon pops. These are going to be releasing in February of 2021, and we have the whole wave to go through right here, at least the ones that have been revealed thus far, including one exclusive as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it here with the first pop. So the first pop that we have here is Raya herself, and I think she looks fantastic in Funko Pop form here. I feel like they did a great job at capturing sort of that stance that she's always kind of striking in the promotional artwork, and I think it looks really great here translated into Funko Pop form. I like her sword design as well. It kind of gives a little flash of color there with the sort of like green ivory sort of look, I suppose, and it just looks very nice. Very like classic sort of look to it, and I do like that quite a bit. Then we've got another Raya pop right here where she is in her warrior pose, and I think this one looks equally just as fantastic. I really love the sort of motion going through her hair as well. I think that looks great. Like she's in just her warrior stance here. She's ready for a fight, and I think that's just really cool that they're capturing that in this pop. Alright, so the exclusive that we have here is going to be an Amazon one, and this is a Yum Raya with baby Tuk Tuk right here, and I think that this is a really great looking pop here. I do like the design of the baby Tuk Tuk right there, and the Yum Raya has a pretty great sculpt as well, so I would say overall it's a pretty good exclusive. Now the next one that we've got here is Namari, and I'm sorry if I also mispronounce any of the names, because of course I haven't seen the film yet, so I'm not familiar with all of the pronunciations, but for this character here, I think that they look really amazing. I do like the design of them. It's a bit more simplistic, I suppose, and since I'm not familiar with the character, I really have no sort of attachment to them, but still a pretty good looking design. Then we've got Noi right here, and I believe we did see this character in the first trailer for the film, but we don't really know much about them, of course, but they seem to be a younger child here, and I like their outfit. I think it looks pretty good, but once again, it's kind of just a standard looking pop design. Now the next one that we've got here is of course Raya's companion, and this is Tuk Tuk right here, and I think that this character just looks so cool, very cute. They're kind of giving a little bit of a smirk going on, and I really do just love their cutesy design, but also in their big sort of structure that they hold, and I think that that just combined makes for a really cool and cute design. Next here, we've got a really interesting looking pop, and this one might honestly take the cake for the tallest 4-inch pop. I actually don't know what type of box they're going to wind up putting this in. That's definitely going to wind up being very interesting, whether or not it will be in a 6-inch box or something even taller, because this is like 3 pops stacked on top of each other, and I'll be interested to see how much they wind up charging for it. But this one is Ongi right here. Sorry once again if I mispronounced that, but I love all of the different expressions on all 3 of these like characters here. I think that that's really cool, and it looks like they might live underground because it seems like the top one has like a piece of like terrain on top of the second one's head, so it's definitely pretty interesting, and I'm curious to see this character in the film. Now the final pop that we have here is Sisu as the dragon right here, and this one of course is the last dragon for the Raya film, and I think that this one has a really unique dragon design. It's definitely not what I would have expected from a dragon design, but I really do appreciate the uniqueness of it, and also the color scheme as well looks really fantastic, so it's overall just combined into a great looking pop. Then the next lineup of pops that we have here are once again from Marvel, and these ones are the Marvel Zombies line right here, a brand new wave of these figures that I did go over in a previous video, but now we have more HD looks at the pops here. So the ones that we've got on the first page here include Thor, Gambit, we have also Red Hulk, we've also got MODOK, and then we have Doctor Doom as well, and I think that all 5 of these look fantastic. They have such great looking designs. I would say that Red Hulk is probably my favorite because we just haven't got a pop of that character in recent like years, so I think it's cool that we're getting a new version of them here, and I just like the designs of all of them. They look so highly detailed, and I can definitely really appreciate that. Then the next page of reveals that we have here are all of the exclusives for this new wave, and these include Moon Knight, who will be a Funko Shop exclusive. Then we've got a glow-in-the-dark Gambit here, which is going to be a box lunch one. Then we've got an FYE exclusive as well of Mystique right there in her classic comic book design, which I really love. Then we've got one of She-Hulk right there, who will be a Hot Topic exclusive. And then the last one that we have is Rogue, and this one is a GameStop exclusive here. And I think that all 5 of these exclusives look really amazing. I definitely love the designs of all of them, and I really like the range of characters that they're kind of including in this line, like ones like Moon Knight, who you wouldn't normally see, but I can definitely really appreciate their inclusion. Then the last page that we have here for the Marvel Zombies reveals are just 3 Funko Pop keychains here, but I still wanted to include them for Gambit, Thor, and then Doctor Doom, and I think they all look pretty great. Now the next pop that we have here is from Spongebob SquarePants, and this one is going to be a Hot Topic exclusive and one that I am very excited for. And this one is SpongeBob with his barbell and then his 2 plushies on the end right there. Of course, a classic gag from the Spongebob SquarePants series, and I just love seeing the amount of expression that they were able to capture in SpongeBob's face there. It just looks like he is really struggling to lift up those 2 little plushies there, and I think that that is just really great, capturing a little comedic moment there in this Funko Pop, and I think it came out really great. Now the next wave of pops that we have here are from the TV series Good Omens, and the 2 characters here, I cannot pronounce either of their names, but I do know the actors who are Michael Sheen, and then you also have David Tennant as well, and I think that both of their characters look really great. Both of their common versions are going to have chases, and I don't think the chases are anything too miraculous considering it's kind of just a switch of the props that they're holding, but then the 2 exclusives I think are a little bit more exciting because they both have their wings as well, and then some really cool looking props for those ones also, particularly with Michael Sheen's character who is holding what seems to be a fire sword, so I really like that, and that's going to be a specialty series exclusive as well, and I think that this wave just looks really interesting and has some pretty cool designs. Now the next TV series reveals that we have here from Eastbound and Down right here. Of course, Danny McBride right there, and 2 different pops right here with 2 different sort of outfits going on, and I think that they both look pretty good. It's not something that particularly interests me just because I'm not an actual fan of this series. I haven't checked it out at the moment, so I'm not really familiar with the character here, but I do like the 2 designs. I think they're very different from each other, which I like to see, and I think that they both look pretty wacky. The next reveal that we have here is a Target exclusive, and this one is the Metallic Twinkie the Kid Pop and Tea bundle right here, and this one, as you can see, includes the pop and then the tea as well, and then the box also included there, and this one is a metallic version of Twinkie the Kid, and I think that it looks pretty darn great. I do like the design of that, and thanks to Dis Pops as well for posting this photo online. I will leave a link down to all of my sources down below, but I just wanted to mention this one in particular because they picked up the pop here, so that's why I wanted to mention it. But yeah, just a really cool sort of pop bundle. Another pop reveal that we have here is one that is going to be coming in fall of 2021, and this one here is Ryan Garcia, and I think that this one has a pretty cool looking sculpt to it from what we can see, because this is just the glam shot, of course, in its concept art form, and I think that it looks pretty good, but nothing that interests me too much. The next few reveals that we have here are just some Funko lists that came out, so it's not actual photos of the pops, but we just have a list of the figures that are going to be coming in each of these waves, and the first one that we have here is for the anime series Fire Force, which is honestly one that I try to get into. I definitely want to give it a second chance because I absolutely love the designs of the characters. It's just that the storyline didn't really grab me, but I want to try it again. But the characters that we have include Arthur with sword, we have Iris, we have Maki, and then we have Shinra as well with fire, so some really interesting ones there. I'm not really familiar with what character is which, but if I do wind up getting into the series, then I'm sure I'll probably have a higher appreciation for the pops. Now the next list that we have here are for the Funko DC Heroes Imperial Palace pops. Now of course we've already seen a few of the reveals for some of these pops in this list, and those include Batman, Harley Quinn, Joker, and Robin, but the ones that we haven't had the chance to see the full reveals for are Green Lantern, we have Superman, The Flash, and then Wonder Woman as well, so I wanted to include those in this video because then you'll be aware of that they are going to be coming soon for this line. Now the last list reveal that we have here is a very exciting one. It's for an entirely new line of Funko Pops here, and these are going to be Funko Pop Super ones. And the first one that we have is going to be Avatar Aang with all of the elements. So this is going to be absolutely insane, and I can just imagine the possibilities for this new sort of like subline for Funko Pops. I think it's just going to be awesome, and I'll be very curious to see the size of this pop, because of course it's definitely got to be something pretty big. I would imagine it's going to be at least sort of like near the like size at least of a 6-inch pop, and I don't mean Aang like physically, but just with all of the elements surrounding him, I would imagine it's going to get to be about that size, and I am very excited for this, and it's definitely going to be a really cool design. Alright, now that's going to conclude this Funko News video here for January 4th of 2021. I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what pops are you most excited for, and which ones do you plan on picking up this year. And just let me know if I missed out on any news, because I'll be sure to cover it in a future Funko News video. But thanks so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, it would also be highly appreciated if you could leave a like, and also subscribe as well if you want to see my future content. So thanks so much. I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.